pepper. Is that the lighting you going for?
Nah, I just got the light in my you know what I'm saying?
No, I was messing with you. Hey guys, we started the show. All right, yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to SplendidRadio on Pharcyde TV. I'm your host, Jeremy Scippio. Smooch had to step out. He had to catch a flight. So you stuck with me. Ha! Yo, we're here with my boy G.King. Yo, G.King, talk to him. What's going on, bro?
What's going on, brother? Just chilling, man. What's up with you, man?
Doing all right.
Came to rock with you on SplendidRadio. SplendidRadio, that's what called, right? SplendidRadio.
Yeah, Splendid.
Splendid Radio. Splendid.
Yeah. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm gonna sit in with you. I'll sit in with you.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say, like, can I only see you or you? I can see. Well, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we also have the man that's been controlling things behind the string, the puppet strings. Give it up for Booty Brown to the far side as well.
Booty Brown.
He's been the guy that's been holding it down. So, first of all, I'll start off with my boy G.King. First of all, tell the people who you are.
Man, my name is G.King, a comedian out the Bay Area, now LA. Been doing comedy about 14 years now. Hitting the streets, man. Yeah, hey, don't rub it in, bro.
No, kid, that's
I be forgetting it's either 13 or 14. I think I might be going on 15.
You see that Kevin Hart and Don Cheadle interview?
Yeah, you right behind me though, bro.
Hey, bro, don't be snitching on me, dog. I'm 22, dog. Hey, I got a bright future ahead of me.
So does that qualify you for the master hours? Have you put your 10,000 hours?
Oh man, yeah, I done passed that up a long time.
We got the AARP hours.
I'm just ready for my I don't know, my opening, man. When they get found, I don't know how LA works, bro.
LA works.
Jeremy get know all the secrets. He be
bro. Oh, stop it. Anyway, look, we're not.
Every time I see you at the comedy store on a podcast
Why are you dragging me through the mud?
He be holding out, bro. He be like, yeah, just keep grinding. I'm like, man, hold on, bro. You know some secrets I don't know about, man.
Hey, don't listen to this guy. He has Kevin Hart on speed dial. All right, look. question one. If it ever get down to it, he can be like, okay, man, I'm tired of being humble. I got you, man. Now, question number one. Where were you first time you heard hip hop?
First time I heard hip hop?
Yeah.
Probably, you said where was I or how old was
I? Just where were you? You could go metaphorical. You can go like, where were you?
Probably Oakland. My older cousin was Too Short. He was bumping a lot of Too Short. Too Short.
Oh, I thought you said your older cousin was Too Short. I'm like,
man. Nah, I remember like being with my older cousin. I probably was like 7 or 8, and bumping like a Cocktails album. You know what I'm saying? Like Too Short was like, oh. That was my introduction to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It was like I want to say Humpty Hump when the Humpty Dance came out.
Oh snap!
I remember riding around. Bro. I remember riding around. It used to be this festival in Oakland called Festival at the Lake, and I remember riding around the lake with my uncle, and he just had the Humpty Hump. He had that song just playing on rotation, and we just riding around and just kept. You know what I'm saying? That was like one of my.
I got a question. So I always hear people from the Bay said they listen to Too Short. So like your parents was cool with that? Cause my
mom wasn't cool with it, but it was like I had cousins. Like if I'm like he like 15, he 16, he driving, so he would play it. Like my mom wouldn't let me listen to it, but when I was with my cousins, listen to whatever they heard. So that's when that was my like, oh, Too Short. Like I'm listening. I had an auntie that was playing Blowjob Betty in the car with me too. When I was
because I was like, in the house going, bitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? The mom be like,
but I remember like being at my cousin's too. I remember being at my cousin's house, which is older than me, and his mom hated Too Short. So he had it blasting in the house, and we would always have somebody looking out to see when she hit the corner, and we cut it off. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's Too Short. She hated Too Short. Like she just thought he was just disrespectful. Like she hated Too Short. Like,
Too Short.
Too
Short. The first event that I like before I even started doing comedy, I hooked up with this producer in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he threw like those on the radio where it'd be like it's going down Sunday at celebrities, like I never like followed up on any of those because I was a kid, right? So I hooked up with this producer who puts on those things. I didn't know that you buy those radio ads and like I watched this dude, I don't know where the money came from, probably like, some drug money, whatever. But I watched him take the money, buy the ads and all that stuff. And I helped him push the tickets. It was for a Too Short show. So literally, man, just a hole in the wall, bro. The celebrities, Cincinnati, Ohio, hole in the wall. They got Too Short, put the radio ads out. Too Short come in there, man. And it's so funny. So at this time, his demographic, the ladies of his age group was like 40 something. So it's 40 something year old women in the audience. This chick goes, "We love you, Too Short." He said, "Sit down, bitch."
and she loved it.
Yeah, it was weird. Cause I'm just like, yo, and he dangerous on the stage right after that.
I couldn't believe what I was saying. I was like, yo, she said she loves you, Too Short. That's your age group.
But if he would have been, that's his persona though. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta be like, "Shut up, bitch." You know what I'm saying? Like they love it. Like Too Short called me a bitch.
He got the autograph that night.
Yeah. Well, he backstage. He had some. He wouldn't even let them come backstage with him. That was the weird thing too.
Yeah, I heard that he, in the interviews that he said that he's not really like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm really a gentleman, but my alter, my rap persona, people expect him to be like that. You know what I mean? Like. But they said he's really not like, he ain't like he just be slapping me. Shut up.
That's a good line to tell chicks, bro. Whatever. When I be telling women, when I be saying bitch shit sit down, I don't really mean that. That's just what I do for money.
But I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all an act, Like I don't think he just
Yo, did you ever think hip hop would be as large as it is?
It's been big since when I was coming up, it was big.
Mm-hmm.
Like Biggie, Tupac, you know what I'm saying? It was I mean, when I was coming up, like in the 90s, like rap was huge. It was big then. Hip hop was like on everything, bro. Like it was in the commercials, Sprite commercials, McDonald's. It was every hip hop, man. The 90s was like the golden era of hip hop for me, bro. That was like the best decade.
Is that what they consider? Because they actually have a terminology for that. Is that what they consider the golden era, or you don't know?
I think the 90s. I mean, I hear people. I think the 90s was a golden era of hip hop. I mean, it was like a dope decade. Not even for rap, just music. Like music.
I'm an old man, so the golden age for us is like actually when like Big Daddy Kane came out. So like which was like 88 to like 92, because it's like Big Daddy Kane. Yeah, that's when the music basically changed up. Like when rappers went from to like kind of kicking lyrics. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I know what you're saying. Like, yeah. I mean,
our stage, I really call it like, what is it? Diamond before platinum or platinum before diamond?
Platinum and then diamond.
Platinum I would say like we're the platinum. We came in like 90s 2 through 90. 5, 7. It's kind of like the platinum stage, because that's when like you had like OPP and Naughty by Nature and all those people started making like, started really getting money. And then after that, the 2000s was like the Jiggy stage, which was definitely
Jiggy stage.
Yeah. Hey, do you? Hey, I would ask Brown something. Do you like? Because I know like some athletes that played like, in the 90s, and so do you get mad? Do you get kind of like, damn, I wish I was in this area, like they making the real, you know what I'm saying? Like they making the real money. Like
I think anybody, yeah. I think you always feel that.
Why you in his pockets, bro?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like the money that the money that these rappers are getting now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying.
Oh
like,
yeah. I mean, but then
all
again,
the endorsements and stuff, and
when you look in that sense of like the money, like yeah, but then when you look in the sense of like the how many people are out there compared to like when we were coming, it wasn't so many people out there. I can't say that we would even, we could have got overlooked because right now it's just so many rappers out there, so many MCs.
Oh yeah,
people doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I guess you could kind of experience that on the comedy level, where there's like probably when you first started, it probably was, you knew everybody, kind of was not kind of a small circle, but now with YouTube and everything out there. Got T.I. out here, you know what I'm saying? Like,
but I be wondering with social media, like, cause it seemed like back when I started, like, I just knew the comedians in my area, you know what I'm saying? But when social media came, it seemed like I'm able to reach more people, and it seemed like the circle is small, you know what I'm saying? Like, it seems like more people, like it's. Through Instagram, I know comics in New York now. I know comics in Atlanta. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like
it made the wide circle small. I know what you're saying. Like you kind of know everybody.
It's kind of weird. Like, or somebody could be like, see, like I see him on social media, like, or you know what I'm saying, or somebody through, I don't know. It just
I think we're still we're still witnessing change, and it still isn't cemented exactly what it is yet. Because I'd say you remember Vine, how short of a window that was, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think we're still in a window phase. But I'm gonna tell you real quick, I'm gonna tell you why people don't like me, because I look up things. So there's actual definition for things like golden age of hip hop, and Brown is not off, but it's probably because he lived it. It literally says from 1985 to 1993. And I think you said from 86 to 92. So you were like right there, no lie. And then you say the next phase was the platinum phase. That was actually like pretty spot on. That's crazy.
Because the way that I judge it is like the music and the MCs changed. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, you had the Melly Man, you had the Fat Boys, you know what I'm saying? And then most of the music at that time was like just regular drum beats off the machines. But then when it came to Marley Marl and Big Daddy Kane and the Rakims and the EPMD, like that whole sample music, what was out there just changed. You know what I'm saying? Like the rhyme styles was changing and everything. And then, it advanced from there where like I said, you had Naughty by Nature who was going platinum. You had platinum rappers start to come into the game. So it started changing where money started, coming into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it just, man, it's pop now.
I always wonder, because I always, like, when I was coming up, I didn't know till I was older that y'all was out of LA. I always thought y'all was like, for some reason, like East Coast, like, you know what I'm saying? Because y'all was rapping, y'all was rapping like with lyrics, like with metaphors, you know what I'm saying? Like I didn't even know y'all, you know what I'm saying? I always thought y'all was from the East Coast for some reason, like coming up, like.
A lot of people thought that. I can honestly say, like, I listened to a lot of East Coast at that time. Like, Tribe is definitely my favorite, behind like a De La Soul, and then Jungle Brothers, and then, KRS-One. I was listening to KRS-One a lot, Rakim. I don't get me wrong, like, I was around Ice Cube at the time because he was kind of we had the same management. So, I liked Ice Cube, but then at the same time, I could tell Ice Cube the way that he was rhyming, that he was listening to people back east. And that's why he started doing the stuff with like Chuck D and Public Enemy and all that stuff, like getting that stuff. So, I think at the time, I think Rakim kind of stepped up the game of if you were in the game or you were a rapper, like that kind of set the premises of like, okay, am I just doing this for party style? Or am I doing this to really kind of kick some rhymes?
Like really.
Exactly.
Yeah, he definitely shifted things. As you know, I'm not gonna keep bringing this up, but I am gonna keep bringing it up because it's every episode. But obviously, Nas was influenced by Rakim. But not only that, he changed what people were into because Will Smith's Summertime which, you know, I wasn't around, like literally wasn't alive, but they referenced it. They were saying that, you know, at the time they thought it was always a rumor that Rakim wrote Summertime, and he spent a lot of time refuting that. Like, no, I didn't write that. I didn't write that. But Will Smith being a Drake of that time, or, you know, or Kanye, just like he's making the music of the time. So when he noticed that the style changed, he immediately put a hit out that was of that era.
Yeah.
I would say Summertime. I would say Summertime, like for me, like listening to that track sonically was like, I think that track sonically made hip hop go into like, we gotta make it bump. Like it has to, like when you heard that song in the club, the way that it sound, it was just like, oh shit, like this is that set a whole new premise on how there's like certain music to me that
I never heard that song in the club. Like I always heard it like at a barbecue or like
when you hear it in the club,
on the radio.
It sounds just like something that would be right now. Like it doesn't sound like if you listen to an old school hip hop, you'd be like, oh, that's some old school stuff because maybe the 808s ain't kicking or maybe the bass or whatever. When you hear that song, you're like, oh, okay, like this is.
I think we old enough to where that song will go hard in the club just on some like nostalgia stuff.
I mean, it's classic. Like, I just want to know, like, is it me or like when I listen to like, I was listening to some Tupac the other day, All Eyes on Me, and I was like, is it me or like that music which is timeless? Like he was actually, like, you know what I'm saying? It sounds like it could have. I don't know. It don't sound old to me, or just because that's my era. Like,
I think it's multiple things. One, Tupac is still one of the most influential hip hop people on the planet that ever existed. But two, West Coast, man, you only have to say the first couple of words of a West Coast song, and people gonna finish it.
Yeah.
They gonna finish it. You don't have to do all you have to do. If you ever when you're doing a show, if you ever get bored, just do this. When I met you last night, baby, and then put the mic out to the crowd. You ain't gotta say nothing else.
Hey, that's real talk.
Your arm will get more tired. Then so Tupac, come on, bro. This is Tupac. Literally, you could just say anything, and then you can hold the mic to the crowd. That just screams his influence. But better question for you: how do you let hip hop influence your moves as a comedian?
Man, you know, I say you said how does it say it again?
You act like I asked you like some pretty bullshit.
I want to make sure I said that. You say how does it influence my moves?
Yeah. How does this hip hop influence your moves as a comedian or whatever, or just in daily life, really, but more so career wise?
How does it influence hip hop? Well, definitely. You know what I'm saying. Well, I stay wearing a hat. You know what I'm saying. So I think I stay hip hop. You know what I mean. Like I always. You know what I mean. That's a big.
Doing your Joe Budden impression.
Yeah. I stay with a hat on, man. So I think that's really hip. Hey, we ain't wearing no suits around here on stage. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you ain't lying.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So I think hip hop got a lot to do with comedy, the music. You know what I'm saying? When you come on stage, you know what I'm saying. You want to hear something bumping before we even get to work. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me hear that music before I even touch the mic.
So tell me this, G, like who do you feel as a comedian was like one of the first comedians that you saw was like, okay, he's speaking to like our generation, like you know what I'm saying, like in a hip hop type way. Like who do you feel that?
I want to say Kevin Hart, D-Ray Davis. D-Ray was one of the ones that really spoke like our, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he was very relatable. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he was hip hop-ish. Like
D-Ray's influence on hip hop is super underrated. I think we were talking about that.
I think D-Ray Davis is a big, you know what I'm saying, a big part of like that hip hop comedy like that, you know.
He did the skits on Kanye's first two albums. A lot of people do not know that. When he was doing the Bernie Mac impression.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of people do not know that. That is D-Ray.
And he was in the video without my arm, I spit. I mean, where he was in the Through the Wire video. I mean,
yeah.
So D-Ray before Jamie Foxx.
Nah, I mean Jamie Foxx was kind of hip hop-ish too, like.
But he's more R&B, I guess.
Yeah. But I'm saying like I feel like D-Ray, the Tony Rocks, Kevin Hart.
Somebody just threw this out here real quick. They said Jamie Kennedy's Malibu's Most Wanted.
Yeah,
that is like the perfect clash in comedy.
Hey, yeah, Malibu's Most Wanted.
We had him on the show.
Was CB40 before Malibu Most Wanted?
Absolutely, it was.
Before was like 91. And you know another one, Mike Epps.
Mike Epps.
I think he even had a rap album, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Since you're going down that path, you might as well just throw in Cat Williams. You know what I'm saying?
Because Cat Williams.
Yeah. And then if you talk about CB4, just to make it very clear, CB4 is if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Chris Rock's first movie that he starred and produced, and it was a box office bomb, but a hood classic. Yeah, I don't think it did.
That's the same way Soul Plane was. Soul Plane bombed in the studio. It bombed in the box office, but everybody bootlegged it though. So
but Kevin Hart, a little different. Kevin Hart didn't produce that movie. Like it wasn't. This was, and it was they were at different places. Like this was Kevin Hart's, like it was his come up, and then it became like a negative thing in his career. Versus Chris Rock, he was coming down from SNL, and he was like kind of making his own mark. And they was just like, nah, not yet. He had to go back to stand up. But they both had to go to stand up to get it.
I would say Chris Rock was one of the first ones too, like the first hip hop. Like he always had, like, you know what I mean? He always had references about hip hop, like you know what I mean? Like even back to the part where he was like, when he was talking about being the assassination, he was like, Biggie said, got shot. He said,
Tupac assassinated. Biggie Smalls assassinated. He said Martin Luther King was assassinated. Them two niggas got shot.
Yeah. So I think Chris Rock always he always had hip hop. You know what I mean?
Dang, I was gonna leave it up to you, but now since we really doing it, I would say the number one influential person that brought hip hop to comedy, just with every move they made, had to be Martin. Martin was like, to me.
I was gonna say I totally forgot that because he had everybody on Martin.
Hey, you know what I was gonna say? When you said that, I was about to say Keenan Ivory Wayans.
Keenan Ivory Wayans, yeah. Actually, you know what? In Living
Color was like, man, if that wasn't hip hop, like I mean, with the Fly Girls,
absolutely right. DJ. You're absolutely right. I think it's debatable because Martin, HBO, but yeah, man, no, The Living Color was the Fly Girls. Yeah, that's more hip hop than anything for real.
That was really hip hop.
But do you feel like hip hop has affected your business moves though?
Has hip hop affected my? Nah, I don't think it. It might mess me up on stage. I might say nigga too money sometimes on stage. Like I might be. I mean, it probably messed with me like when I was younger, when I didn't know how to and turn it off. You know what I mean? Like when you just all hip hop, but as you get older, you learn like, man, I gotta have both sides. I can't just
So tell me this, G, like in a if you perform in front of a white crowd, do you turn it down?
I feel them out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because some white crowds, some white people want that black experience. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some white audience don't want to see a black dude acting white. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to see, like, you know what I'm saying? They want to like white. I feel like white audiences, they want to feel a part of they want to tune in and see how it is in the black experience, but they don't want to feel bad laughing at it. You know what I'm saying? Like they kind of, that's how I feel about it.
I hate to do this to you. Give us a one-liner of a joke of the white way versus the black way. Like you talk to a black crowd versus the way you talk to a white.
I mean, a white crowd would be like, "Hey, how you guys doing? Hey," you know what I'm saying? Like, "Hey, white people." Hey, white people, man, it's a lot of white. Hey, it's a lot of white people here. I'm the only black dude here. What's up, y'all? Hey, you know what I mean? What's going on, man? Hey,
I know how you feel because we had a song called "Who's the Nigga in Charge" over here. It would be the worst thing. It would be the worst thing in the world to see them scream it back. Like he's just like, what did I just do right now? Like, you know what I'm saying? It'd be like, oh wow, like I really just did that. Like they really saying it. They're getting away with it. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy because they're fans. I mean, because it's like they're your fans and like you put out the music and they like it's in the lyrics, like
I'll tell you what made me just go like, you know what, I'm never having that debate again. When Kanye did Something's Wrong, I hold my head, MJ gone, not a black soul in a crowd of at least 30,000 people. Our nigga dead. And I was like, what is even happening? And then he referenced Michael Jackson. I'm like, that's already a confusion as well. So
but when you see their faces, they look like, oh, we can say it now. It looks like they look so empowered to just be able to say it.
I think they just.
I seen an old interview right with Eazy-E, and they was like, they said, "What's up?" He was like, if a white person came up to you, was like, "What's up, nigga?" He said, it depends on how they saying it. Like if he like, "What's up, my nigga?" I'm like, "What's up?" He was like, but if he like, "What's up, nigga?" He was like he was saying like how he's like it matters how you saying it. Like if you embrace it, like, "What's up, my nigga?" He was like, I'll be like, "What's up?" And I was just like,
you know how I feel.
Like, I don't know if I would be cool either way. Like I don't care how they say it.
You know how I feel. You ever see that that meme video, or not meme, I don't even know what to call it. It was like a video, it went viral. This white dude who's like being super hard, and he was just like he was telling this dude like, yeah, man, look. He goes, yeah, yesterday, man, you offended me, and I had a problem with that. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't have time to deal with that. But today I got time, cuz. And they made a song out of it. That's exactly what will play in my head. Where I'm like, do I have time for this debate?
But you know
like intellectual debate that I want to put on you right now. Like, you know what? Today I got time, cuz.
You know what the thing about it is? It's like, you know, we sit through these open mics, and you know what I'm saying, and some of the white, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes it'd be like. Well, I do. You don't go.
I'm kidding.
You're a brother. I forgot.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Come on.
I feel like sometimes, like, we was on the podcast. Jamar said he was telling a joke, and one of the white dudes was like, "Tell the joke, nigga," or something like that. He was like, he was like, I didn't know if I reacted. Like, how was I supposed to react? Like, I was like, no matter what, you always got to react because then they'll think it's cool to say it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got to know that it's repercussions. We can't just be like, let them say nigga and be like,
But you know what though? You also, as a human being, you owe yourself this courtesy to sit there and contemplate what circumstances led to me being in this scenario in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Because the thing is, you should never be fooled with the amount of comfort level you give to white people. To focus,
when they can say that, I mean?
Yeah, because there's certain places where you can be like, "Hey, no, come with me here. All right, say what you just said to me. No, you say it in front of all these people. Oh, you don't feel weird now. So it's and I'm not saying you have to act, you know what I mean, because everybody ain't made of the same stuff. But I'll just say the fact that you should actually take the time to contemplate what steps I took in life to where I'm sitting
where they're comfortable, where they like, I know, right?
So I can prevent from being in this scenario as much as possible. It's never impossible, but as much as possible.
I mean, but what can you do if you outnumbered? Like if you're the only black dude and it's all.
But that's what I'm saying, because you know what I mean? Like I'm saying, we move as a black person, you have to adapt to white culture in order to be successful, in order to make money, but you have to decide what is it worth to you. You know what I mean? Because if they're not saying it, they're thinking it. If not thinking it, they making you do certain things that make you feel uncomfortable. And that type of stuff will drive you crazy because they will sit here and act like they didn't say or do something that they fucking with you. Do you need everybody to spell it out for you just to say we fucking with you? Because what if he didn't say it, but then he just started saying like, do it again. Yo, tap dance, do the thing. Like, yo, I feel like you calling me. No, I would never do that. But could you do that thing?
You saying like that? Yeah, it's other ways we're calling you it. Like, but I'll be sent through open mics, and they always be like, "Yeah, the N word." Like, I don't know why we can't say the word. And I was like, you can say it, and they be like, "No." I just be like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what it is about that word. Like they
like,
like
they're like,
it's a power thing.
It's like. Y'all can't tell us what not to say, like, but don't, like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a word that they can't say. But
it's a power thing. It's a culture thing. Culture doesn't have to make sense. Every culture has rules. The thing is that we don't need you impending on our culture and trying to dictate it. It's already dictated enough. I shouldn't say I hate, but I just think it's interesting when they say hip hop is a black culture, which I of course, agree it is Black culture, but Black people aren't making the most money off of hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, hell nah.
So whose culture?
But I don't think we make. I mean, anything that we invent, we never make the most money off of. You know what I'm saying? I think that's just one of the. That just comes with America. At the end of the day, you like, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We should
the
do
toaster, but you're
that.
not gonna be able to manufacture it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could. We make music, but Sony makes the CDs. You know, like the actual products. You get $1 off of music, but then they're making $9, and then the equipment to actually play the CDs or whatever it is. You know, it's like you're never gonna see that type of money.
I remember a meme during the, when everybody was doing the protesting and all that. But there was a meme that I wish that white people liked us like they like our culture. Like I wish they loved us like they like Black culture. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like they like what we bring to the table as far as the music, how we dress, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that's kind of deep. Like,
no, definitely. I think, when you really break it down, that's what's keeping America, like, that's what's keeping the economy alive. Because America is not really selling resources. You know, it's not like gold is being traded or anything of that. Like, at the end of the day, it's culture that's being slung through social media, the most, easiest thing. So it's like our culture is definitely keeping America alive at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I got a question for you, Brown. Before you,
bro, quit trying to take control of the interview. We interview.
I just wanted to ask him something. Like, how did you feel about? How do you think that, like, Middle America, like white people, how do you think they viewed the halftime show? Do you think that they was like, you think they enjoyed it, or it was like, man?
I'll say this: Pepsi dropped out. Pepsi said they're not picking up Pepsi's not doing Super Bowl no more. They're not paying.
What?
But yeah, Pepsi dropped out.
When did that happen?
Happened. They just announced it like a couple of days. So just think, Pepsi's been with the Super Bowl for how many years?
Forever.
That missed me.
And think about it like this: why did Dr. Dre not have a Pepsi commercial? Britney Spears had one. Everybody else who does a Super Bowl thing has one. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, they like us, but they don't like us. You know, at the end of the day, like that's just what it is.
I bet you, Snoop, without even looking, that they had the biggest numbers.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, definitely. Snoop was gangbanging and everything on their career.
Yeah, but what did we see? We saw Snoop Dogg. You saw Snoop Dogg, like, you saw Janet Jackson's titty. You saw Snoop Dogg smoking a joint. Those are the highlights. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna show, like, and everybody knows if Leonard Skinner or some other country white dude, they probably was doing lines and all kinds of shit. But you're not gonna see that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's always gonna be tainted. So, I mean, in general, I think, like, definitely did the best numbers at all time. But I would compare it to, like, Obama, how Obama had his speech and you saw all the people out in the yard, and then Donald Trump saying, I had double the amount of people out there, and people go ride with it, and the people go ride with it. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that's true.
I say when you have, like, major people like Pepsi drop out, that speaks volumes to me. Like, that just says, like, man, here's Pepsi's been with the Super Bowl since forever. I've known. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Pepsi always. Yeah, dang, that's crazy.
Man, F him. That's what I said.
At the end of the
day. Just keeping the conversation going, then we're gonna dive into some other stuff. Real quick, what are your views on Joe Rogan and his controversy with the N-word and Spotify and independent? Was it and the music artist, whatever?
You said how do I feel about it? Like, you know what I'm
saying?
Yeah,
what's your direct opinion? If you just for a small recap, Joe Rogan came under fire because he was interviewing some anti-vax doctors, who just was explaining the other side to, vaccinations. A lot of people felt like that was dangerous information. So they went, I forgot what the artist's name is, but he said, hey, Joe Rogan has freedom of speech. I do too, but I want to pull my music off Spotify because I don't want to encourage his platform. Whatever that artist was, because no, I don't listen to him. But
I remember that hearing him. I forgot the artist, but I remember you talking about.
Then other artists started chiming in and going like, well, because Joe Rogan's Spotify deal was reported for $100 million. They felt like, well, artists don't make $100 million, but you give a podcaster $100 million for their stuff, their content. So they were just like kind of going against Joe. Like, I'm pulling my music because y'all not giving us, which these are two conflating ideas, but they're not the same thing. And then because everybody was against Joe Rogan, they went ahead and they found the N-word video. And they collected every single clip of him ever saying the N-word on his podcast over 12 years of him doing this podcast. I want to know, what's your opinion on Joe Rogan, and is he canceled or not?
I mean, it should be. I don't know. Why is he saying the N-word anyway? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, why is he?
Well, informational purposes.
He's saying that, like, I mean, like what
it is a word.
Yeah, but I mean,
he didn't call nobody
it. Yeah, I mean that's on him. Like, I mean, he shouldn't have been saying it. You know, I mean.
That's it. hey, well, here's a better.
He was black after that.
I mean, I don't really know. Like, I just feel like he was in the wrong. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, if I don't know if he should be canceled. Like, I don't know.
I mean,
what do you think of the people who are jumping out there defending him and saying, "I stand with Joe"?
I just feel like I don't know. But did he ever explain like why he like I was saying it? You know what I'm saying? Like, what was his reasoning on saying the N-word? Like, or what was he possibly talking about that he had to use that word? You know what
I won't defend a drop of what he said, but most times when he used it, he was using the information, like he would be speaking on a news report, and he'd just be like, well, the lady at the malls called these people niggers, and then but he would say it like straight face, like, how people like try to rush to the word.
Yeah.
Like they call him. Yeah. He launched a bottle.
Wait.
He launched a 40 ounce and then said, and then called them niggers. You say, you niggers get out of here, and it was helicopters and police present.
But he was saying it like he was reading something, like.
Yeah, well, most times it was they found it was over 40 times. Saying it.
See, to me, that's
a lot of times. That's a lot of times, though, bro.
Him saying the N-word wasn't as rough. The one that rubbed me the wrong way was, I guess he was talking to somebody who had like a black mother or like white, like it was a mixed person, and basically he was like, "Oh, so you got the best of." He's like, "You got the best of both worlds. You got a white man's brain and black body." Like, that was the one that was like, "Whoa!" Like okay,
yeah, that's kind of that's borderline like, racist. Like,
yeah, that was like you don't even have to say the N-word to.
You trying to say we dumb? Like, yeah, that's kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta watch those. Some of those white dudes that are like cool with black dudes, they think that they, you know what I'm saying? Like, they think they can tap dance around it. Like, oh, I'm cool. His stepdaughter is mixed or something like that. So he got a black stepdaughter or something like that. So, or something like that.
But then what I took into the money factor too, because Spotify basically, where Jeremy was talking about the artists, they supposedly lost like $5 billion in like 2 months or something like that when the artists protested against Spotify. So I was just looking at it like, if Joe is about to, if he's on a renewal of his contract, he's probably gonna want double. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, like, you know what? Let's dig up this dirt, man, because we can keep him at 100 and not give him 200 or 300 what he may want.
Well, actually came out that.
But peep this though. Why is it that? Why is it that they decide to cancel him for saying why they didn't cancel him the first time they heard nigga on the Spotify?
Because why it had to be
for him to talk about some anti-vaccine stuff, and they like, oh, you got to go. Like, so this nigga said nigga 40. He just said nigga 45 times, and they like,
You're absolutely right. What it is that, and this is a way deeper conversation. I don't want to totally tear it up, but you guys hit all the points. Because the word that word it's not because it's offensive to black people, it's because it's offensive to white people, and because he shook white people up enough, they're like, oh, let's expose you about this thing. But y'all don't really care about black culture. Otherwise, like you said, it would be an issue in the first place. So come on.
It reminds me of the Dave Chappelle thing. Like he was like, so you okay with me saying nigga when I talk about, you know what I mean? Like
yeah, they like, what? You offend us, we gonna dig up everything on you.
And to bring up more of your point, the artist that I can't think of because he's an old school artist, Neil. Why can't I think of his name right now? But anyway,
Neil Young.
Neil Young. Yeah. So he's also friends with the president of Pfizer. So that came into play as well. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
You messing with his money. He like, oh man,
but he messing with it too. Like, why you playing politics with something that's bigger than all of us? So you know what I mean? That's a little weird. But I'm actually glad you dropped that information, Brown, because I didn't know that.
Do you think Joe Rogan thought that he was untouchable? Like, I could talk whatever I want about.
I think you talking about when it comes to the N-word, or you talking about when it comes to
I'm just talking about like he just felt like I got the hottest podcast, so I could say whatever. You know what I mean?
I think everybody thinks there's an exception at some point until, like you said, everybody think you can't get touched until you even with women be like, oh, the B word, you know what I'm saying? Like you say, like, he ain't talking about me until somebody go, bitch. He be like, what? And he be like, yo, but you were just saying y'all was bitches, you know what I'm saying? So I think that he just felt comfortable, too comfortable.
Did Dave Chappelle ever like speak on it? Like, or he just like he said anything about it? Like,
I think Dave was kind of like, he didn't really say nothing because I think they were going out. I think Joe was actually opening up for Dave at the time everything went down. Like he was opening up, Dave was on like doing shows, and Joe was opening up the shows for Dave.
Okay.
It was really kind of crazy with that whole thing, But I think like everybody probably, 98% of us have something that could be a little suspect to somebody, and like a video or something out there. And that's just one of those things. Once you get a little too big, somebody's gonna go out there and find it out. You know what I'm
saying? Dave probably was like, man, you can say that around me. You know what I'm saying? Like Dave probably know, like, man, they might like, shut up, nigga. Like, like, man, you can't say that to the, you know what I mean? Like, man, that was our little secret.
Dog, just like you said, man, when you finally give Kevin Hart that call and he give you your comedy special that you holding out, like you trying to act all humble, that we know that you can just do at any moment.
What comedy special you talking about?
I'm talking about the one that you gonna have. You already had a comedy special with Kevin Hart. Why you acting like we don't know, bro? We done Googled you, bro. We got you at Kevin Hart 48 times taking pictures together at various clubs. With all types of women, bro. We got you. We caught you, bro.
Times.
We caught you, bro.
Just gonna get the envelope. We're gonna get the envelope in the mail with no return address.
Man,
made it, bro.
I ain't seen.
He just
Kevin
playing
Hart
humble,
since,
bro. When you see,
I ain't seen Kevin Hart since that tape. He probably wouldn't even recognize me. Hey, Kevin, I was on your.
I want. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Jimmy.
I was gonna say, also just moving along. Kanye West album was supposed to come out today on his $200 stem player. Kanye West, he turned down a $100 million Apple deal just to say, like, hey, look, if y'all want the Donda 2, there's going to be, you have to buy the stem player at $200. Now, I don't even know how to do the math real quick. It should be a really easy number, but however many people bought it, and he made $2.2 million overnight, and he did not put the album out on the stem player. And there's a couple of hours left on 2. And but anyway, what's your thoughts on it?
But somebody had a joke about that. They was like Kanye West, and they was like, they used to be amends. They was like Kanye West. They said Kanye West could put out a blank CD and be like, imagine how it would sound. A CD with nothing on it. Bro. I mean,
that'd be fire, bro. And here we go. Still play.
Yeah. Y'all imagine y'all put it in imagine how good the album you think it was. Kanye, wow. Kanye, wow.
Well, people feel like they said it's a win for independent art. A lot of people are saying this. Like they said it's a win for independent artists because Kanye West, I don't know if you know, he's not currently on a locked in a contract. And basically, you know, had he sold the album traditional way, it would have took him, I forgot. It said it'd take a while for you to come on $2.2 million made off an album. It just takes a while. It's not a common thing. You know what I mean? They said, that's what they said. They said artists tend to make 12%. And Brown, you can verify this, you know, for yourself. I mean, you know, you can 12% of the overall revenue that's made off of the music they create, you know, their content. And Kanye West was able to make 100% off of zero content.
Yeah. That's crazy.
I just like when people say that, but when people say that, I just thinking like, I mean, that's cool. I mean, Kanye don't have to do it because most of his money came off Adidas and Nike. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, like it's easy for somebody to like the route that Kanye chose is easy, but like, you know, what do you say to that? I mean, I just look at myself. When I started, man, I only had $1 and I was eating at A&P burgers. You know what I'm saying? So like, man, like what would apply to a Kanye is not going to necessarily apply to somebody who really like an independent artist who's like, man, this is the only way. I can't go manufacture a stem player. I can't go like I don't have the resources to go do all this kind of stuff. Like what I can do is make a song and just keep uploading the song every day to Spotify until my song cracks. And I just look at it as people just use the resources that they can afford, you know.
Well, do you feel? Because I know
I think I got a long way to go because I'm still eating hamburgers at 8.
Yeah,
no, but I'm like, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Brown, you know, as an artist that had because honestly, I feel like majority of the 90s artists got screwed over. Knowing what I know about music and business, and now I feel like majority of the 90s artists got screwed over. Do you feel like it's at least a move forward for artists or independent artists, or do you feel like it's just like a separate thing altogether that has nothing to do with nobody? It's not a win for anybody.
I mean, there are artists like, I mean, very few, like I'll say like Doja Cat. I heard like Doja Cat, the way that she came into it, like she was just grimy and she was just on something every day. Like she was just posting up, like, you know, she didn't have that team behind her. But like for the most part, the people that I've seen make it when they say independent, it's almost like they can make it look independent, but when you want to just hit that benchmark, like you have mechanics behind you. Like let's say like Tyler the Creator, like, you know, he started off skateboard kids, whatever. But then at the end of the day, like Tyler had like Eminem's management behind him, but they kept it looking like he was just a skateboarder kid. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So now you see the Tyler where he's comfortable with pushing a Rolls Royce and having like, you know what I'm saying, gold teeth and chains, like because now he's in his 30s and like everybody has grown into it. But when you first started, they want to make it. They want the organic look, you know what I'm saying? They want people to look like, oh, it just came from the streets. But then like there's always, you know, Mac Miller, like when I first saw Mac Miller, I was like, man, this kid is dope. Like, cause I just kept seeing videos. I'm like, who is this guy? Who is this guy?
He's like nephew of some big old executive, huh?
Hey, you know hey Brown, you know who's killing it independently now?
Who's this?
Larry June.
Yeah. Larry June.
Hold on. Don't listen to G, bro. He getting Larry June checks, bro. This ain't a commercial. Tell him if he want to advertise on Splendid, he gotta put a form of request.
I seen him sell out a theater independently, bro. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, you know, like
you opened for him, didn't you?
Nah, I didn't open for him, but I went to the
bro. Come on, man.
In LA, Dom Kennedy is the same way as Larry June. Like they both kind of both are like independent guys that kind of did it their way. There's not no super major team behind them. They just smart business guys. But like I said, like when you see the people that crack, like when you say Chance the Rapper, like man, like people don't know, like Chance the Rapper, his father was down with Obama. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you got that, like, and then Obama's gonna go out there and say my favorite rapper is Chance the Rapper. Like, oh, okay, like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's
it's always some influence. It's like you be thinking it's just.
But when you hear Chance talk, like he's like, oh man, I was independent. I didn't sign nothing. I didn't do this. I didn't do this. I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying?
The Hollywood sign should be replaced by the letters nepotism.
I mean, but it's like that. Hey, but Jeremy, but it's like that. It's like that in our industry too. Like it's always somebody he'd be like, oh, that his grandfather is the.
Isn't like Pauly Shore? Pauly Shore would be the same, right? Like, you know,
definitely.
Yeah, but you know, I don't know. I had a friend who always used to say, like, he used to say stuff like, man, I wish I was Eddie Murphy, because it was this dude who was going around pretending to be Eddie Murphy's son, and he was not Eddie Murphy's son. Even I caught flack because people thought it was me, and I'm like, no, I would never do that.
Hey, what happened to dude, bro? I remember seeing him like online and stuff.
I mean, you know, he'll probably be on the show next week. Look, but he you know, it was a big thing, and you know, I'm cool. We're cool with a lot of celebrity kids and you know, their sons and nephews and brothers, and you know, a lot of, you know, we just happen to be cool. They are run, so there, and a lot of them do grind and stuff like that. But this guy was fraudulent, at least with his branding. Well, that's the best one. I'm being informational. But I do think, you know, I remember my homie was like, man, I wish I was Eddie Murphy's son, and I was like, dog, I would never want to be the second anything. You know how hard of a path that is. Now, if you got political ties behind the scenes, I think that's cool. But if your last name is that person's name, everything you do, they're gonna tell, dog, you can't barely do comedy. All people going like, well, Richard Pryor would do it like this. Nigga, I'm not Richard Pryor. Like, what are you saying? But
in a way, but that's why the Wayans is so dope, because it's like it seemed like they all had their place, but they all, you know, they all played off of each other, and so like man, that's why it's like the Wayans is down there like royal family in the comedic world, because it's just like how many people really got careers out of that family is incredible.
Yeah, they put on hell of it, man. Marlon Wayans just put my cousin on. He just put him on. He doing an HBO stand up with Marlon. That's gonna be released in April. Yeah.
Since you throwing out stuff, you might as well just say the full thing.
What, the HBO Marlon Wayans, DC Irving?
Your cousin, yeah, you dropping?
Drop, oh, when he said, I mean, I just thought of my cousin when he said that so many Wayans had put on, so many people had got on through that family, not just, you know what I mean, off top.
And I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. I was making fun of you, but go ahead. DC Irving. I think I talked about it already on the show, but DC Irving, Tony Baker, Shantae Wayans, Esau McGraw, Sidney Castillo. They're all dropped HBO specials along with Marlon Wayans, which was a good look, because they're like, I mean, I don't think I've ever been more happy for a group of comedians that I saw since I first started, like personally. Yeah. So I thought it was really dope. But real quick before we move on, I made fun of you a couple times for it, but I really like you to explain to the people. You're Kevin Hart, Heart of the City. How'd you get that? You know, how you feel about it now, and what year was that too?
I did it in 2000. It was 2019. No, 2018. We did it in 2018, and then it aired to December 2019. We did it it was like a year later, like it aired. But yeah, that was like my first. That was a dope experience because it was my first. You know what I mean? Like losing your virginity. You know what I'm saying? My first TV credit. You know what I'm saying? My first time performing in front of like cameras and like, oh snap, like you know, it was the first time seeing myself on TV. You know what I mean? The first time, like me envisioning, like it was dope because I always you know, when you first start off doing stand up, you're like, man, I want to be on TV, like, you know what I'm saying? For it to actually happen, it's like, damn, I really on Comedy Central, nigga. Just off of like,
yeah, man, must be nice. I'm telling Shane. What?
No, but yeah, bro, I still be hitting you, bro. I'll be hitting you on that.
How did you? But no, how did you go about getting that? I mean, you ain't got to tell us the behind the scenes stuff, but tell us like, your process of getting.
My process. It was a guy that was putting together in the Bay Area, and they had like 3 nights. It was like Thursday, Friday, and I did like a Saturday first show. And for that audition, I got up like every day, like damn near every day for like 2 months. Like just I was just working, you know what I'm saying, like working the set. So when Keon actually he actually was on the same one as me. And he was like, bro, he already knew. He was like, hey, if you don't get this, it's rigged. Like I was just on.
Wow.
I just had that glow on me that night, bro. Like I was like, I'm getting this. You know what I mean? Like I was determined. Like I was like, because I knew that it was like a one time in a lifetime. You know what I mean? Like Comedy Central, heart of the city, representing Oakland, the Bay Area. I was like, man, I got to get this. So I was like more than prepared to get that.
So when you did the TV, was it more like almost scripted kind of stuff, or were you like you could just flow how you usually flow?
Yeah, it was. I mean, I did a set, like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't go off the dome. It just be like just freestyle. I had a set. I had a set that I had, you know what I mean, that I was practicing, because I you know, it's TV. You want to make sure it's like on point. And I was just nervous about like mess up, because it was, you know what I mean, it was like a live tape, and you know what I mean, I just wanted to make sure that it was good. Like I didn't have no, you know, I didn't.
Did you mess up?
Nah. Hey, but now for 1 minute though, when I first got on stage, where I did my first joke, and like for like a split second, bro, I got like I kind of like got startled, like, oh snap, like, but I had to snap out of it. Like I was like, you know what I mean? It was just kind of like, oh, like camera, like I just kind of like had a brain fart, bro. Like, but they couldn't tell, but I almost like kind of like froze for a quick second, dog.
So if you got go ahead, Jimmy.
I would say I should have mentioned this earlier, but we got a chat group that's going on, because it's on YouTube live or whatever, and they've been chiming in. We've actually had bro, you brought the people out. They've been very active. People have been pointing out various things, whatever. I would shout out to the chat. But this dude, NBA old boy with Zen Master said, hey, that sound like Tommy T's. And I was like, yeah. I said, that's where I met him at, and he goes, yo, that's legendary. So I was like, yo, he.
Yeah, man. That's my stepping grounds right there. My stepping grounds like Tommy T's. That's right.
Yeah. So tell me this, G, if you started to do more and get more work, like television work, would you get writers?
I don't know, because I could. Maybe to like help out on little stuff, but I kind of know what I want to talk about. I kind of know what I want to talk about. Like I don't think I need. I don't know. I think I'm a pretty good writer.
If you ever get writers, you'll never be the king of comedy, just like Drake will never be the king of hip hop. But if you do get writers, hire me.
So is it like cheating to have writers? Like,
you know, that's a great question that you should answer.
I don't see it like that, because I just look at every great producer that I've seen, or like let's just say artists, let's say a Dr. Dre or Kanye or anybody like that, because you have so much work that's going on, and I think it's almost impossible for you to do all that work. It's like you get people like, we would not have Travis at the level he is, but Kanye, you know, if you listen to 808s, like you can definitely tell that was Travis all day. You know what I'm saying? But I think Kanye was just in such a demand that he had to get Travis. I mean, I've known several producers that done stuff for Dre. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think Jay-Z has ghostwriters?
I think that's the controversy that everybody's been.
They said Jay-Z just kind of like, I mean, he wrote
maybe not write his lyrics, but maybe did a hook or something like that. Maybe was like, oh, this is a good hook, and then like that gave him the inspiration to maybe write a rhyme or something like that. I think Jay probably hold his own bars. I mean,
I heard Kanye wrote the entirety of Reasonable Doubt.
What?
Yeah, right.
I'm starting that rumor right now. No.
I'm like,
but I say before we go deeper to this, we have to state this very clearly that comedy is not hip hop, and the authenticity. There's already authenticity issues when it comes to hip hop, but even more so when it comes to comedy, because I say before even that, people get upset when they hear us like the fact that they hear us tell the same joke twice, people lose their minds still to this day. And they be like, wait, what? You have an act. You're not a real comedian. You be like, nigga, do you even know what's really going on here? But whatever. It's different, different strokes for different folks. But then there's another layer of authenticity. I think most comics, unless you're talking about their favorites, they're very clear on that if you don't write your material, they don't consider you a legitimate comedian. You know what I'm saying? But unless you're talking about their favorites.
But even though, like, say if you wrote me 10 minutes, I still gotta like it out the pauses. Like I still gotta, you know what I'm saying? Because I could still bomb with your material. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you still gotta perform it. Like,
but also, and to give us a little credit, we got some years in the game, so that we already got years, of something behind us. But then also people don't know who we are too. So, it just depends. But I'll still say I always said this is the unfair thing about comedy, right? Like say if you put out something, right? And then somebody goes, okay, they want to like, because you put this thing, you put an hour out, right? Like, yo, we're going to hire G.King to do a big show, a big hour, right? They expect you to do a whole new hour. But if you go to see a Jay-Z concert and he goes, yo, I'm doing only new material tonight, you can be like, nigga, I paid $200 for this ticket. You gonna do big pimping or I'm waving. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's kind of a different thing there, and not to mention the money difference as well, because music is just way more money overall as opposed to comedy. It's like you expect to do more work and less return. You know what I mean? So all these factors come into play when it comes to saying, like, should you have writers or not?
Well, put your own spin on that interpretation of the idea that somebody brings to you.
I mean, because that's different. Because I mean, if you think about it, Jeremy, we got like when we perform, it's always a comedian tagging something for us. Like, hey, you should say this. Like, you know what I'm saying? So is that considered you? You know what I'm saying? Like, did he write for you? Like, he gave you a couple of them.
Be honest, I haven't included my direct opinion on it yet. I'm just stating the parameters of the conversation. If you want my direct opinion, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I want to know your direct opinion.
Yeah, my direct opinion, I am one of the most selfish comedians on the game,
You'll
bro.
Be tagging nothing?
I'll tag if you ask, because that's what your game is. I'm talking about, bro, it's just funny. Yeah. I'm saying as far as me, like, if I didn't say it, I don't like it. Personally, like it depends on. It's like why'd you get in the game? I mean, everybody get in the game for different reasons. I'm not that funny. I don't care to be that funny. I like coming up with shit. That's the fun part for me. You know what I'm saying? That's the fun part. If you came up with it, I'm like, fuck, that was good. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna say I'm completely above taking tags, but I think as it stands right now, I've probably taken like, I think 6 tags total in 12 years of doing comedy. And that's because somebody was like, yo, you should say that. And I'm like, nah. And then I had to have like a whole like therapy session with myself. Like, man, get over yourself, bro. It ain't that big of a deal.
Yeah. I'll try it. Like if I see the funny, I'll try it. But if some tags, I'll be like, that don't even seem funny to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just depends on, like, if somebody tells me something, I'll be like, oh yeah, I didn't even think about going that way with it. And then, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes they work. Like the tags I get be working though. So I'll be tags, I'll be like, dang, I didn't even think about it like that. Like,
How many jokes you wrote for DC?
If I wrote anything for DC.
Don't answer that, bro. I was just messing with you.
No, I tag hella stuff for DC though. Like, hey, you should say this. Like, tag. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm watching him, I'll give him. You know what I mean? Like I gave him a tag. Like he has this joke about. He was like, man. He was like, he opens up. He was like, hey y'all. He was like, no cameras. He was like, man. Last time we had a bitch out there, nigga. This bitch was filming. He was like, he said she didn't have an iPhone. This bitch had a one of those like the video cameras. Like, so I tagged. I was like, really funny if you said it. You know what I mean? Like I gave him something like that. Like you know what I mean? He tagged hell of my stuff though.
Do you, Brown? So do you feel like it affects the way you feel about a comedian that you like? If I mean, obviously you're okay with writing, but if you found out like, who's your favorite comedian?
I don't think I have a favorite. I think like right now, people that I see that it seems honest with it to me. It seems like Bill Burr is very honest. Like he's really, you know, like when you watch him, it's just like, okay, like look like he's speaking from what he knows kind of thing.
So if you found out Bill Burr had 10 writers, like let's say 5 writers, would you change your opinion of him and his process?
No, because I think I understand like when you get to the levels of and you're doing hell of a shows and people want you to constantly like I think there's a time where you don't want to see them unfunny. Like that would hurt you worse. Like, damn, he kind of bombed tonight. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can see somebody. I've seen some comedians where I was just like, oh, that really wasn't funny. Like, you know, that really, really took me. And then that gives you a whole different perspective on them, rather than if they, you know, if they were just funny. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think that would mess with me that much. You know, like. I try to like, I think the last person I saw, I watched Ali Wong's special, which I never really seen it, but I was just like, whoa. I was like, wow, it was unexpected what she was coming with. Like she was really hitting some points about her husband. And I was like, damn, she's really taking it there. Like,
yeah.
What would her husband feel when she went home that night? Like, you know what I'm saying?
So many people have said that. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm the type of person, if enough people say like, yo, this is crazy, that makes me watch it. So I'm gonna have to watch Ali Wong's special.
Yeah, like she was saying stuff like, how did she go home that night? Like her husband had to be looking at her like, oh, this bitch just came into the house. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on how much money she bringing in.
Yeah, but then like, but it's like and that's what she was saying too. She was like, I'm the breadwinner. Like she was dropping it. She was dropping all that on the thing. But it's just like, if I see her not funny and like I think that would hurt worse than after, like, because she just set she set a bar high for herself. I think that's what it is. It's like when you see a comedian or anybody in their craft, they set the bar high for themselves. Once they come back and that bar is not matched, then it's kind of like like you kind of feel that. So I think, you know, once the demand is there, I think you got to do what you got to do. So I wouldn't feel no type of way personally.
That brings us into writers doing comedy. The number one writer trending in comedy right now is T.I. What are your thoughts on? You like my segues? What are your thoughts on T.I.?
I thought you were gonna say a real writer like this.
Whoa! T.I. Great paper trail, bro. He's a real writer. What are you saying?
Oh no. Yeah, T.I. I'm all for it. Like I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like get your grind on, brother. Like I mean, you know, it's you know, if you want to do it,
you know what I could compare this to, that as being, I remember when I guess I don't know what started the trend, but I guess it was like a flood of like hip hop or rappers or whatever.
And taking all the acting gigs.
Well, rappers started doing that, and rappers started DJing. And when rappers started DJing, I remember the DJs being really hot because they was like, this fool could come in here, not know how to spin, and they can, you know, like a resident DJ is probably getting $100 a night. And then, you know, a rapper that's a DJ come in and get like $5,000 a night. You know what I'm saying? And I remember DJs being hot, like, dude, like, fuck this bullshit. Like, man, these guys is coming here and they're not even spinning music. They got a music on the playlist and they just throw their hands in the air and everybody was just, I remember that at first it was accepted, but then it started getting crazy. And then when you start seeing like Paris Hilton going out to Las Vegas and she's getting like $250,000 to spend a night, it was just like, okay, this shit is out of hand.
Did you feel a certain way when Shaq started rapping?
That is a great question.
That's a great question.
I'm talking about when Shaq. I'm remember when Shaq came out. Remember I think Shaq actually went platinum.
Shaq Diesel is a legendary hip hop artist, sir.
I think you know what? Because he was in the Fushnikins, you know what I'm saying? Which was kind of like an underground hip hop. It wasn't like he joined NWA or joined like Naughty by Name. He didn't join that platinum group. Like he joined the Fushnikins. Like Shaq and the Fushnikins. Like
somebody said, I'm sorry, I gotta give the chat some more love, man. First of all, thank you, chat. You guys have been rocking lately. I love you guys. Come back every Tuesday. You guys are amazing. Somebody said T.I. is the Jake Paul of comedy.
Yeah.
Wow.
He is. I agree.
Yo. So I asked T.I., I was like, yo, I heard you was doing comedy. He said, what you know about that? What you know about that, right? So I was like, yo, no, for real, I was asking that. I said, what? I said, you pick your, I was like, well, I can bring you on stage or you can pick your song. You know what I'm saying? I was like, I don't know what song I want. He said, well, you can have whatever you like. So I was like, damn, right. I was like, and I know you, but I said, I know they call you T.I. Right. I said, I know they call you T.I. He was like, man, you don't know me. And I was like, I know that's your rap name, but do you have a comedy name you want to go by? He said, yeah, Rubber Band Man. so then I started playing the music. I was like, I'm gonna bring you up, bro. You know what I'm saying? You can go up. And he was like, I like my beat down low, down low, down low, down low, down low. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, do you want to go out on stage by yourself? Because I said, I got these other chicks, and he was like, bring them out, bring them out. It's hard to yell in your mouth. So then I got sick of this. I was like, you know what? I'm sick of this shit, T.I. If you gonna do comedy or you gonna chill out. So I cut the music off. I cut the mic while he was talking. And he said, why you gonna go and do that? All right, I'm done.
Keep going. I thought you had another one, dog.
Why you gonna go and do that? All right. That's enough of my foolishness, guys. I'm done.
I just heard the music every time you said it, I was like, yeah, that would be a great mix.
Hey, bro,
it bothers me. It bothers me.
Bit, what you know about that?
It bothers me that this dude sits here on stage and come on, man. Whenever somebody talking like that greatest hits play in your head, right? So you like, bro, you really gonna sit here and talk about your day, nigga?
He don't be talking about nothing funny.
No, he's funny. I'm not gonna lie, he's funny. Now I think
what I heard is just like he's starting off. You know what I'm saying? Like he's starting off and like he can hold it. You know what I'm saying? I think comedy is gonna. It's like doing a. I mean, I heard like everybody saying like you don't feel it until you bomb, and then once you bomb, like that's your stripes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think everybody's just waiting for that day. Like, okay, we gonna catch him. We gonna catch him once that T.I. bomb. Now, what's gonna be worse than everything is when he do bomb. It's gonna be worse for him than a regular comedian when they bomb, because you like a comedian when they bomb is like whatever, but like T.I. being out there is gonna be like, oh, he was suck. He should never go back on stage again. Like I think people are gonna put like the super emphasis on when he bombs.
I saw him have a rough set.
I think he been bombing all the time. I mean, he ain't like me and you. If me and you had a set like he had, we'd be like, damn, that nigga Jeremy taking one.
Yeah. I wouldn't say
if you had a set like he had.
Well, no, I seen him kill. Kill's an interesting word. I seen him do very well, and I see him pull himself out. I think his biggest issue is right now he's kind of a slave to his material. Which is a perception on what we do, just like it's a perception on what everybody else do, from far as hip hop and everything. But I seen him go up and crack him up Thursday. Shout out Michelle, she was on the show. And he did well, but crack him up is a black show. T.I., and just because of what I witnessed, he's not fully white famous. So I seen him go up at the Laugh Factory with the material that was designed not only for just black people, but for black people who know who he is, and it wasn't hitting. So he had to work.
Oh, you saying the white people don't be knowing? They don't be knowing the things about his life that they think he be like, yeah, me and Tiny. They like, who was Tiny?
No, actually, the show I saw him as, she was there. But
I'm saying, like, if he referencing like,
yeah, absolutely. But the first thing he said was like, he came at it like a celebrity, and it was weird. You there? Yeah, he came out as a celebrity. He was like, hey, I know y'all surprised to see me up here right now. And you could tell, like, one lady in the back was like, woo! The rest of people was like, why would we be surprised? You're the next comedian. like he literally, because this is another thing, not only is he doing comedy, which that's not the realm that you know him from, he does not look like himself. You know what I mean? He has a very archetypical look. That's like if Lil Wayne came on stage with a haircut and you don't know who Lil Wayne is, you can't even just Google this dude real fast, like, yo, you be like, this you?
Lil Wayne
hey, Jeremy, and and another thing to add, this is LA. Like, people, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they used to seeing celebrities all the time. So it's like, okay, like, T.I., you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, people are not, people are happy to see you, but it's like, okay, get to the funny, nigga, you up there. Like,
he's done very well. I just think his cadence, he just need to work on his cadence. His cadence is it's not even like rap or comedy. It's just this T.I. cadence of over explaining. He'd be like, yeah, like, if you had looked into the vision of the sky, you understand that. And this just makes it hard to know when to laugh, because he's
hey, did you see that video of Brent Taylor when he was imitating T.I.?
No.
Man, dude, he sounds dead on T.I., bro. He doing T.I. like T.I. doing stand-up. He was like, as I expeditiously, he doing all the words, and then he say something to a dude, and they jump on stage, and then he was like, at this moment, I realized. It's hella fun. I'm gonna send it to you, bro. It's hella funny, dog. It shouldn't have went viral. Like, it was good. Like, I was like, dang,
One thing I say is really cool is that he's into paying his dues. The most interesting thing about him paying his dues is that technically he does not have to. So that's on him. But he knows he gets up. He walks on stage. He gets up everywhere he goes. So, he'll be fine. There's also other celebrities that do the same thing. But I'd rather this nigga just drop another album personally. I'm just saying, which he's going to. What are your thoughts on Bel Air?
I like it. I just don't like. Only thing I don't like is I don't like that Uncle Phil ain't fat. For some reason I don't like Carlton. Like, I'll just be like,
yo,
like, he don't seem right. Something about him, like, I don't know. I wanted Carlton to be more squarish. Like,
bro, they are flying through. Like, what I don't like, but it is what it is. I don't know yet, because I only seen like a couple episodes, but it seems like they're fitting the whole lexicon of Fresh Prince knowledge into like a minute. Like, they throw all these things at you. I'm like, hold on, wait, bro, that didn't happen in season 5. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yo, mark my word. Maybe it already happened, but I haven't seen it yet.
I like it though.
Carlton coming out the closet.
I ain't seen it. Are you saying that for sure?
Bro, every one of these dramatic series, it'll follow the same beat path, and then some character be not only gay, but gay as hell out of nowhere.
They said somebody said they said, because every show has like a gay turn. They said that Uncle Phil and Jeffrey gonna be messing around.
You know what? Just for the drama of it, you're probably right. There's probably we call it a red herring. They probably like they're giving you Carlton thinking he can be gay, and you never know. But Yeah, man. There's no way.
I mean, why we can't just be like normal people? Like, why gotta call
whoa, bro.
I mean, not normal. I mean, my bad.
You're gonna get canceled, bro. What are you doing?
Oh, my bad, bro.
These are normal people.
Everybody's normal. Everybody's normal. Let me clean that up. Everybody's normal, but I'm just saying, we can just,
bro, I'm just trying to save
my network, man. I'm trying to keep my network.
Yeah, my bad, bro.
I'm trying to save you, bro. You
my
got
bad,
to change,
bro. Yeah.
Bro, you're gonna get to the point you can't even wear red hats no more. You got to wear fedoras.
It's all good, bro.
Change,
I love all gay people, man.
I was just, when I saw it, I was like, this is not in front of a live audience. Like it, like that, the way that it's filmed, like it just threw me off. I'm like, I feel like I'm watching Power or something like that. Like it did, like I watch, like, I mean, I haven't watched it, but I just watched clips of it, and I'm like, oh, this looks like some Sharonda Rhimes or like, what's her name?
Yeah,
like it
didn't. I get that feel too.
It didn't give me that, like, the Jefferson's Good Times, like in front of a live audience type feeling, like that. That's what I was thinking that it should have been.
They threw me off when they didn't have a fat Uncle Phil. I was like, wait, what's going on?
Yeah, he looked like Terry Crews, like a shrinky dink.
That's some, I don't know.
So I think what I think is really interesting, because I've known about this being a production, at least since 2019, if I'm not mistaken, since you've been on Heart of the City. So they had the trailer, which was like a trailer that went viral. That guy, I think he's like obviously made as a producer, but the whole casting that they had for that trailer, and granted, I get it, I get how casting works. They can't just bring everybody from this sketch essentially to, a major network, Peacock, whatever. But the casting was a tad, for certain people, like the guy who was Uncle Phil on that looked more like Uncle Phil. The guy, he didn't look like Will Smith, but it's just interesting to see like such.
I know the dude that played Will Smith in the trailer. I mean,
of course you do. Yeah. But because you're a celebrity. But yeah, how do you know him? Nepotism. Right.
Hey, actually, this he went to the same church I went to, and we had a couple of like this girl that I went to church with. We had like a game night with the people from the church, and he used to be there. So I don't know. Yeah,
we're gonna find out, Jeremy, that the King stands for Martin Luther King. Was my Martin Luther King was my granddad.
Martin Luther King.
See, at least you understand.
That's funny.
Yo, okay, just putting this out there. I ain't gonna put that one out there. But look, so what was I say? I think I'm actually for Bel Air just as a concept, and I see, just like Marvel movies or anything else, when it gets popular, we're gonna see a whole string of dramatic reenactments of comedies. You know what I'm saying? Or just other ideas. I think they're gonna. Did you see an SNL sketch where they did Family Matters?
Well, hold on. Do you think that is Hollywood like running out of ideas when they bring in reboots? You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, Hollywood has plenty of ideas. I think every time Hollywood reboots an idea, that's just them showing creative freedom. And I think Hollywood's never made a wrong move in my eyes. I'll tell you that. But anyway, did you see that? I think Hollywood is on point, and they're not racist.
They should do different strokes.
Different strokes.
That's what we gotta find a short black kid. You know what I'm saying?
You already know what that'll be about, though, because what the real thing was about was pedophilia. So that actually had an episode on pedophilia, and like that'd be too much.
Wow, now you done changed the whole name, because you said pedophilia and I'm saying different strokes. I'm like, that's too much.
Man, I think we need to log off. Wow. Did you see? Is Todd Bridges still alive? Is Todd Bridges still alive?
I think so. Yeah.
You need to get on that, bro.
I'm just saying, I can see that being one. You know what I'm saying? That would be Elon Musk go find some, he's a tech savvy rich guy, go adopt 2 black kids.
Oh wow. Whoa. Can you not talk anymore so we can make some money off of this? I think hold on, wait. I'm looking up Todd Bridges' net worth. Hold on, how much this dude got? Cause bro, we gonna get him as an investor. Oh, he got $500,000. Okay, cool. Yeah, we gonna make the trailer. Yo, you there? Yeah, his phone.
Yeah,
died.
I'm here. Yeah, no, I'm on there. Somebody was texting me. My bad. I'm here.
We gonna make the trailer. We gonna get Todd Bridges to invest in it like Will Smith did. And yeah, I think that's a dope idea, man. I think that's
gotta find the short black kid. That's what we gotta find. We don't have to go
we can get Kevin Hart.
No, we gotta find somebody from England. That's gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? We gotta find the British actor.
Man, the British actors are taking over, man.
This whole conversation is so tongue in cheek. I'm actually impressed with you guys.
Why are the British actors? Why are the British actors such good actors?
Because they better.
Because they practice. They listen to rap songs. You know what I'm saying? We can't do their accent as good as they can do ours.
They on point, man.
Idris Elba is getting all of our money. But dang, what was I gonna say? Real quick, because we about to wrap up. What's your dream versus?
Tupac versus Biggie.
Huh?
Tupac versus Biggie.
Okay. All right. Your second dream versus. No, okay. No. Let's stick with Tupac and Biggie. Who you think will win?
Tupac.
Why?
Yeah. Because Tupac got more. He got more songs.
Right. But do you think that they would even make it past song number 4 though?
Oh, you think they would be fighting?
Fighting, nigga. After Tupac hit him up, it's over.
I always thought that they would do that. Like have put a Tupac hologram and a Biggie hologram, then do a versus.
Well, I don't know if you've heard, Snoop Dogg is currently the owner of Death Row Records, and I just heard this earlier today. Big Diddy wants to do I don't even know what this looks like, but Diddy wants to do an album with Snoop called Bad Boy versus Death Row.
That'd be dope.
So we'll see. I don't know.
That would make that I can see that because basically Snoop said the Death Row is going to be basically an NFT label.
Wow, that's crazy. And I also heard that McDonald's is going to start serving Whoppers.
Are you serious?
No, this just weird, bro. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. I didn't know. I was like, wait, hold on.
Yeah, you shocked me with that. And I was like,
because Burger King do got tacos, so I don't know. You know,
I mean, it's just a weird time, man. I remember when
Taco Bell got chicken wings. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Taco Bell got chicken wings. I remember when Jay-Z first signed Nas. I thought the world was over then. Y'all thought the world was over in 2020 when Nas was on Def Jam. I was like, I'm confused. Let me see,
man.
Let me see. So, wrapping up. Let me ask this one question. Let me see. Where do you see social interaction going in the next 2 years?
I don't know, bro. What's going to the metaverse? What's that?
That's a good call.
Well, I don't know where social media can go now, bro. Like it seems like everything that could be done. Like what else more? I don't know where it could, like, you know.
Or just social interaction in general, like just, you know. But yeah, you feel like just metaverse, like you going.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know where it could go. Like it seems like everything that is.
We gotta wait till the hexagon variant come out. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, like
we had Delta. Like it all sounds like very military kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Once the hexagon come out, you know what I'm saying? We'll all shut back down.
Once the B2K, Omarion, the Omicron, I don't know. I'm over COVID, bro.
Yeah, but
everybody is too.
I'm like, man, hey, bro, I still use hand sanitizer. I still use hand sanitizer a lot, but I ain't been using it as much as I use it.
My mom said she's never given up her mask. She's like, I'm wearing it forever. I was like, why you say that? She's like, I'm good. She's like, they don't have to see my face. I'm good.
Yeah. So I don't know because I don't know where it was at. I just know that since the Super Bowl happened, I think they were trying to see if a new variant springs out from that. If not, then I think they're going to get rid of the mask mandates. I don't know anything about the vaccines, but hopefully, they won't go too further with that, and then maybe we actually see some form of normalcy when it comes to the process behind COVID or whatever the heck. But I say bigger than that. Like we are leveling out just because the more people, you can't have a Super Bowl in one of the most populated cities in the United States and say it's a pandemic. So there's a lot of what's the term? The contradiction happening there. Yeah, hypocrisy happening there. So the mask mandates will probably be the first to go, I believe.
Well, they said the mandates are for California, supposedly left on the 15th. It's just LA County, they picked on it.
Yeah, because in the Bay Area, I was talking to my cousin, they ain't got to wear masks. I was like, dang.
Yeah, it's just LA County for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm. But, I mean, we're the example, so
we're always the last person. We're always last on everything.
Mm-hmm. And last question. Oh, actually, no, that's extra questions. Actually, you want to plug your socials?
Oh yeah, y'all can follow me on Instagram, G.King comic, G.King, and then comic. I need to get to 6,000 followers, so y'all follow. I need to get those. Need about 80 more to get to 6,000. So y'all make sure y'all hit that follow button. I got a lot of funny content on there too.
Anything you want to push or promote or anything like that?
I'll be at Crack 'em Up on Thursday. Crack 'em Up Thursday at the Comedy Store, and I'll be at the Hollywood Improv on Thursday. So I'm doing 2 shows back to back.
I heard you say you was gonna watch all those comics on the stage. I heard none of them can hang with you.
I didn't say that, but
you
said, know what it is.
No, you said. You also said all them niggas got.
No, that was you. You messaged me. It was like,
bro, I know what you talking about, bro. Anyway, I heard he said he only gonna watch 2 comics and he walking out on the rest of the show. But
I ain't say that. Hey, Brown, you got to come to a show. Brown never seen me.
Brown definitely got to come to a show.
I ain't been out nowhere. I've been keeping low key, but I definitely gotta go. Now that I've done seen everybody, that they done swooped by Craig's and everything. Like I gotta definitely filter and get out there and start seeing some stuff for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I appreciate you, G, and I appreciate you, Jeremy, for for what you guys been. You guys definitely been coming and supporting the whole thing, and man, I want to wish you guys hell of a success. You know what I'm saying? I think you guys deserve it.
Yeah, I appreciate you building a platform, man, for brothers to come through and do podcasts and stuff like that. That's dope.
Man,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man. Now, Brown, he been pretty much been my eye in the sky for a while and been taking care of me. I don't really when you jump in the chat, I kind of just let you do you because you got that producer role. But now that you're actually physically here, well, not physically. What does that even mean? We're in the metaverse. But no, man, I would appreciate you. I want to just go ahead and creating Pharcyde TV and giving comics and rappers and stuff a platform. So that is dope.
We got more. Yeah. We got more ways to go. We got more ways. There's a lot of talent out there. I feel like everybody needs to get their look. So that's my goal. You know what I'm saying? That everybody get a look. So definitely got to come out there and see you. And man, thanks for stopping by tonight and taking time. You could have been watching Yeezy. You know what I'm saying? 2222.
Oh yeah, that do drop tonight. I forgot. Yeah, that do.
Yeah,
he ain't dropping nothing.
Dropping midnight.
That's 2223. That's a whole nother number. Yo, that's a Satan number. It ain't the angel number no more.
Midnight though. Midnight.
But yeah, I just want to shout out the chat. I hope I get everybody. Hermosa, Rosa Blanca, NBA young boy or NBA old boy, with Zen Master. What was my other guy? Ben Frank, you always in here. You even had a couple of trolls, Snickle Fritz, Mick James. Hey, come back. We're here every Tuesday. Eastwood, the 003. Seriously, like, thank you guys for chiming in, asking G.King questions. You know what I mean?
Anytime, bro. I had fun. It was good conversation.
Yeah, and you guys want to follow me? I'm at Jeremy Comedy on Instagram and Jeremy Scippio, that's SCIPPIO.com, Facebook, everything else. Follow Splendid Radio on Instagram, and also follow Pharcyde TV for also dope content and stuff like that.
Hey man, you gotta tell them what you got the special trip, man. You need to tell them what you're doing, man. You know you shared. What you just told me before we went on.
I'm going to Cancun.
Exactly.
I mean, that's to get away. That's to get away from these niggas. I don't want them to follow me there.
Oh dang, bro, you going to Cancun? Wait till I tell Shane. I said that nigga Jeremy taking vacations and stuff, bro.
I'm telling.
We gotta have Shane on, man. Shane,
I'm about to, man. I can't wait to see Shane. Hey, guess who taking vacations? Yo, last time you been on a vacation? This nigga going to King.
Yo, that's why I'll give him the business, because man, he be G.King be getting me in the deal. He be like, oh, wait till I tell my mom, oh, this nigga doing big stages now. Oh, he be homie.
So, you too good now. You too good now.
Wait till I tell Shane. But yeah, man. Anyway, that's Splendid Radio, Pharcyde TV. Thank you, everybody.
All right, bro.
Peace, man. Y'all have a good night.
All right, bro.